Hey, we got a bigger star than you with us right now. Pat Sajak is with us.
Yes, we
Wheel
do.
of Fortune fame, and he's a season ticket holder, and he is here to represent the fans on the final day of the season.
Listen,
how about that honor for you?
I'm just excited to be here when he did his first billboard, and I'm going to the Rusty Scupper.
All right, you're a season ticket holder.
have
When
been
we
for a long
talked
time.
earlier in the year, what's the season going to be like? No one knew, then the bad start, but what about this revival from the fans' perspective?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. I mean, we've seen teams bounce back when there's a new manager. Remember Jack McKeon coming into Florida a few years ago, and they ended up winning the World Series. But I have never seen a team as deep in a hole respond in such a sustained way. I mean, it's not like a 2-week jump and then they sort of settle back down. They've really been. Have you ever seen anything like this, Rick?
Now, Pat, how long have you been an Oriole fan? I mean, I've seen you around here for a couple of years.
Other than I think with the exception of 3 years, I've been a season ticket holder here at the yard since it was built. So I've been here a long time and seen some good years early on, and then we've seen the tough years. And it's going to be a fun off season. I mean, it's great to be able to anticipate. It was a couple of months ago we were wondering whether they're going to break the Mets record of losing, and now they're going to win more games. They've already won more than they won last year. So it's been quite a turnaround.
Everybody is optimistic about what lies ahead because since Buck Showalter took over, it's incredible. The team had 32 wins. He takes over. He has 34. But you're a season ticket holder. From your perspective, how much excitement does that lead you into going into next year?
Well, there's always hope, I mean, there was great hope this year, which is what made the beginning so disappointing. I think there was really a feeling that maybe a corner was going to be turned. Obviously, it wasn't. I don't know what he's got in his bag. There's a magic wand or something. And he will tell you, and he's said it many times, I haven't really done a whole lot. He did get some injured players back. I mean, getting your leadoff hitter back is a huge deal, and getting guys off the
Gonzalez and Yui Hara,
Absolutely.
guys like that. Yeah.
So he has more bullets in the arsenal. He will be the first to admit that. But there is something about a guy coming in, and based on his track record that he was given a lot of authority in this team. They know he's going to be here for a while, and they're all professionals. I don't think anyone's dogging it, but there is that. You know what? I better not run this out because I don't want Buck to see this because he's going to decide whether I'm here next year. Exactly. People know there are going to be a lot of changes. So there is I mean, they're all human beings. They're great players, but they're human beings, and you react to things like that. And I think that's a part of it.
Tell me about your love of the game of baseball. Did you play baseball at one time?
I lacked a few skills: fielding, hitting,
as many of us do.
Pitching.
But Jimmy tells me he was a second baseman, and they said,
"Hey, I'm in the Hall of Fame of my high school. You can look it up."
If anything, he was short center field. Trust me. I grew up in Chicago. I was one of those odd birds who liked the Cubs and the White Sox. But back those days, we had a doubleheader here the other night. When Bill Veeck owned the White Sox, back when I was growing up, every Sunday home date was a doubleheader. So for $1.50, you'd sit in the upper deck and watch 6 hours of baseball. It was great. So I grew up with the game. I did a baseball show on MLB radio for a few years. I think I interviewed you on it when you started the broadcasting job. So I've been around the sport. I have absolutely no skill, which is why I really admire these guys. I love when the callers call these call-in shows and say, they're bums and they're this. Boy, if you're a major leaguer, I don't care what team you're on, at what level you're playing, you ain't no bum. That's a tough game.
We're talking about the excitement of looking ahead to 2011, and everybody's excited about all the renovations going on in Sarasota, and I know you're going to be there in the spring. When you look forward to that, what are you going to be looking for Buck Showalter's first spring camp with this team?
Well, obviously, the man is. I don't want to say micromanager because that sounds like I'm picking on him, but he does. There's not a detail. I mean, you were telling me about the AstroTurf field down there, so they can approximate what life will be like in Toronto and Tampa when they play. So a man who goes that far is going to take it. Obviously, he's a great. It's great attention to detail. These guys are going to be prepared. I mean, who knows what the next year is going to bring? There's going to be a big turnover in the team. I think that's what all teams have turnover. The Yankees have turnover every year. They have a core group, but there's a lot of turnover. So who knows? But they say this is a tough division to get well in. But things change. Teams have an off year. All it takes is
injuries.
Exactly. Yep. You can't always say the Yankees are going to win 100. They're not winning 100 games this year. Look what happened to Boston. Tampa's going to lose some people next
What are
year.
your thoughts about the playoffs in the World Series?
It's
Who are
very
you
exciting.
picking?
It's playoffs. Anything can happen. The smart money's with you'd think it's going to be Tampa and the Yankees in the American League Finals. National League, who knows? I mean, they haven't even settled things. There are lots of wonderful opportunities just today. I mean, we don't know what's going on there, but it's pretty wide open as it always is. You think teams like Cincinnati and Texas, who haven't been there in a while, are going to have trouble with it, but all it takes is a hot pitcher in a short series, and suddenly you have
a lucky number 9 hitter that might get a big hit.
Exactly.
All right, Dempsey lives in L.A. in the offseason.
Yeah.
Can he get on Wheel of Fortune with you? What do you think?
He can't. Do you know the alphabet?
Perfect. Pat Sajak.
I'm a catcher. There's always that chance.
All right, not only are you going to the Rusty Scupper, we have Buck Showalter, the Orioles magazine. It's out now. You can get your copy. You're such a big Buck Showalter fan, we wanted to give you your very own copy of Orioles magazine.
He's giving me a magazine and a lunch.
And you get Dempsey coming on your show.
Well, there you go.
Is
All
this
right.
a vowel?
Pat, it's great to see you.
You too, and I'm glad the last few months have been a lot more fun for you guys. And here's to a whole season of fun next
well,
year.
don't
Good
be a
to see you.
stranger. Stop
All right,
by
thanks.
anytime.
Good to see you guys.
Pat Sajak, ladies and gentlemen, season ticket holder representing the fans here today.